temperatures.
I'm afraid I'm going to have a heat stroke or something.
Break in Oregon killings.
There is a person of interest, and there are links between the 4 cases.
New law blocked.
Abortion in Iowa is legal again up to 20 weeks of pregnancy.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. A heat dome stretches over more than a dozen states. About 68 million people are under some kind of heat alert. In the east, there's more bad air from Canadian wildfires. And in the west, as we hear from CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti, the heat has boosted the fire danger.
California firefighters are working around the clock battling multiple brush fires throughout the state as it faces its hottest weather of the year. And the Phoenix area set a new record for the amount of electricity used. The city also broke a heat record today after experiencing 19 consecutive days of 110 degrees or higher. In Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's been 110 degrees or above for more than a week.
We had probably a 20 or 30% increase in calls, if not more.
James Langley has been working overtime all week after a power surge left residents in the neighborhood of Providence without air conditioning.
We went from running 2 trucks 8 hours a day to running 3 trucks about 13, 14 hours a day. I mean, everybody really wasn't ready for this heat.
I'm Tiki Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Record heat fanning wildfires across southern Europe. These flames devouring homes outside the Greek capital, Athens. In Rome, the heat is horrible. Tourists wilting by the Colosseum. Britain's Foreign Office has issued a heat-related travel advisory for Spain, Greece, and Italy. And the UN's Weather Office has just warned this is the new normal.
Outside Philadelphia, they're still searching for 2 missing children swept away in weekend floodwater. This woman lives nearby.
It's awful. I can't help but think of how afraid those children were. It's terrible.
A U.S. official confirms to CBS News that an American in North Korean custody after crossing the border during a tour without authorization is an American soldier. According to the official, he was being escorted back to the U.S. for disciplinary reasons, went through airport security, somehow circled back, managed to get on the tour, and went over the border. In Portland, Oregon, police have identified a person of interest in the mysterious deaths of 4 women. A 38-year-old man named Jesse Calhoun. CBS's Errol Barnett has the latest on the shifting investigation.
Back in June, Portland police said the deaths don't appear connected, but just yesterday, prosecutors announced for the first time they are. The Oregon State Medical Examiner has not been able to determine a cause of death for any of the women. As for Jesse Calhoun, he is currently in police custody on unrelated charges, and police say he has an extensive criminal history but has never been charged with murder.
There's word Ukrainian forces shot down 25 exploding drones and 6 cruise missiles from a pre-dawn Russian attack on the port of Odessa. It comes a day after Moscow broke off a deal that had allowed Ukraine to ship grain through the Black Sea during the war. President Biden is now offering to meet Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu later this year. Mr. Biden has expressed concerns about what he calls the extremist activities of Netanyahu's cabinet. Today, Mr. Biden meets at the White House with Israel's president. Well, CBS's Ed O'Keefe is on the Republican presidential campaign trail in South Carolina. Ron DeSantis is trying to close the gap with the front runner over President Trump.
All the woke out of the military, and I'm getting focused back on mission accomplishment. DeSantis is the closest GOP candidate to former President Donald Trump, but continues trailing by double digits in polling and fundraising. Trump should fight Democrats. Back in Iowa, that message is on display in a controversial new ad taking aim at Trump for recent comments critical of popular Republican Governor Kim Reynolds.
Now she wants to remain neutral.
CBS News has learned the ad has used artificial intelligence to imitate Trump's voice, a tactic the Trump campaign slammed as a desperate attempt to deceive the American public.
Time on the roundup, 4 past the hour.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye.